They Live, a classic horror action movie by John Carpenter. I don't even know what type of genre it is. Let's just go for it. The movie starts with this super beefed up vagrant. I mean, he is double thick.
What you doing out here with all this ass?
Probably chowing down on some sort of beef products. Whole lot of chicken. Sir Roderick Piper, one of the finest to ever do it. He somehow has this mental foreman detector where he just walks onto a construction site and he can immediately pinpoint the foreman. And he goes up to him and he says, "Give me work." And with the size of this man that he comes at you with, you're gonna give him what he wants. When he starts working, he says, "I don't care that these people don't have hard hats on." It's the 1980s. Everybody's on cocaine. Out of all these construction workers, he picks the one being played by Keith David. He picks Frank and he says, "I'm homeless. I need a place to stay." And Frank goes, "Get the hell out of here. I don't have anything for you. However, I do have a place to stay for you. Come on down to this fucking field. There's a bunch of people. We got a TV somehow hooked up outside." Roderick is in fact interested in this offer. And we find this out by the fact that he is following Frank at a psychopathic distance of about 13 meters behind him. They both end up at this camp situation next to a church where these men are sitting on a couch watching their favorite program, a nail commercial where a woman sticks her nails into pieces of cheese, shoving them into her mouth. Roderick notices this man is walking into this church that constantly has a SoundCloud mixtape blasting out of it. His name's Gilbert. You can call him Thick Nixon. Roderick slyly sneaks over to this church. Nobody sees him coming. I have no idea how. He is a giant. He finds a tape player playing the SoundCloud mixtape that's tricking everybody else into thinking that they're performing it live. And then he trips over and falls on this wall. And again, this man is probably 240, 250 pounds at minimum. Somehow no one in the other room hears him. A blind man comes in and just starts feeling up his face. The old man approves of him and tells him to just get out of there. The next night, a bunch of police start showing up with a police-issued bulldozer. So Roderick runs back into the church. He remembers that there was these boxes that he saw once. He sees all these police kicking the shit out of Thick Nixon, and the blind man is just swinging his cane, just telling him, "Hey, don't get within the confines of this cane." It doesn't work at all. They immediately get within the confines of his cane. They start kicking the shit out of him. The next morning, Roderick takes this box to downtown LA with him, where he goes into an alley. He sets the box down, he opens it up, he says, "What the fuck? This is all just sunglasses in here. What is this, a trap house for sunglasses? I thought cocaine was all the rage." He takes a pair for himself because, you know, he's like that. Puts the sunglasses on and sees everything is now black and white. So he goes over to this newsstand and he reads a newspaper. The pages are saying stuff like, "You're an idiot. I hate you. You're stupid. You're a whore." Then some random dildo comes up to him and he says, "Hey man, you gonna keep reading those magazines?" I don't know what the fucking guy says. And he says, "I'm just reading this paper." Oh my God. A disgusting alien. And then he takes his glasses off and he notices that the guy looks pretty much the same with the glasses off as they do with the glasses on. And he goes, "Uh-oh, this is a no-no," one of his many catchphrases in the movie. But then he goes into the supermarket where a short Karen bumps into him, but he's got his sunglasses on still. He roasts the shit out of her in front of everybody. He backs up and bumps into another piece of scenery in the movie. This time everybody notices. He looks up and he realizes that this old Karen is talking into her Seiko. She's saying, "Oh hell no, this motherfucker can see." He runs out of the supermarket. He sees these two alien cops and they both say, "End of the line, pal. We're gonna kick the shit out of you." Roderick pulls an Uno reverse card on them because they didn't realize that Roderick is a very famous professional wrestler. He not only suplexes both of them, he shoots them in the face. So Roderick takes this police officer issued shotgun, takes it into a bank, and he says, "I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum. And unfortunately, I have a very strong chewing addiction. with I have a jaw problem. And then he takes his shotgun and shoots a bunch of aliens in the chest. And he's unfortunately the most wanted man in Los Angeles County. Runs down yet another alley. There's a lot of alleys in this movie. I think you're just gonna have to get cool with that. He sees a UFO with a penis stare at him. Raudrick shoots it in the face. Then a human cop runs up to Raudrick and says, "Stop." And Raudrick says, "Just drop your gun. You can go. I don't want to kill people. I just want to kill the theys." This movie is called They Live. The antagonists are theys. I don't know how I'm supposed to not sound like I am against pronouns or something. Then he sneaks into this parking garage, and there's a woman who's just going about her day, and he very nicely and gently holds a gun up to her head and says, "I need your car." And she says,
"Okay, I'll give you my car."
She lets him know that she works for a very popular TV news station. That reminds me, I was getting so caught up in all the kidnapping that I forgot to tell you that they're sending messages to our TV sets to brainwash us. But before he can even get that out, she bonks him over the head with a fucking Jameson bottle and he flies out the window. Turns out Jameson is in fact the most powerful whiskey there is. He rolls down like 3 stories and he realizes, I don't have glasses. I left him up with the lady from the TV. What am I gonna do now? I can't tell who's an alien and who's not. So then Raudrick ends up back in the alley where he hid his box full of sunglasses in the movie trash, but they're not there anymore. And he looks right behind him to this trash truck. Also, for some reason, it's like wide open. He runs into the back of the trash truck. He finally finds the box. And then for some reason, the trash truck just decides to dump in the middle of the alley. And not only does it dump, it drives away, leaving all of the trash in the middle of the alley? Who are these people driving these trucks? Do they intentionally leave the trash in the middle of the alley? Frank pops up right behind him, to which Raudrick turns around and says, "I need you to wear these glasses. I think you look really cool in them." Frank says, "Get the fuck out of here. I'm not gonna wear your sunglasses." Raudrick says, "I need you to wear the sunglasses." To which Frank says, "No, I don't want to wear the sunglasses." To which Raudrick says, "Please, I beg of you, wear the sunglasses." Frank punches him several times in the face and the midsection. They continue to fight each other. So by this point, sorry. And the fight is still not over. The fight's still happening. And they keep fighting. Raudrick finally... Oh, is it up? It's okay. So anyway, Raudrick finally puts the glasses onto Frank, and obviously Frank looks cool as hell. And at this point, Raudrick has just given up all hope. I think a brain cell was punched loose, and he is just going all catchphrases from here on out.
Brother, life's a bitch. She's back in heat.
You're simply the best.
Ain't love grand?
The best.
Gonna be hell to pay, 'cause I ain't daddy's little boy no more.
The best. The best.
They're tired boys. They just got into a big old fight, so they gotta check into a nice hotel. The next day, who shows up but Thick Nixon, and he's all over these boys. He tells them, "Come to this meeting I got going on here." They show up to the meeting. They don't even give a fuck. They have their guns in hand. Then someone says, "Oh, it's okay. You can put your guns away. Everybody's a human here. Just trust us." They take their sunglasses off, but then they give them some cool contact lenses, which takes away the entire style part of this whole movie. Vic Nixon, he's like, hey boys, I'm so glad you showed up. We got this radio tower that's broadcasting a signal to all the normies out there, okay? We gotta find the signal and we gotta take it out. But then the lady from before who Roderick hijacked shows up again. Roderick goes up to her and he says, hey, you smashed a fucking bottle of liquor over my head and threw me out of your building. She says sorry. Just then the goddamn wall blows open and a bunch of police officers come in and do what they do best. They kill all the characters in the movie who have not had very much dialogue, and they just leave the main characters, which is perfect for this story. It's crazy how these things work. The main characters who make it out of the back of the building and into some alleyway. They find some perfectly placed crates that they can take cover behind. But then Frank remembers, oh, in that meeting earlier, they gave me this watch, and I'm just gonna throw it on the ground, and it makes a hole just like Looney Tunes. They both jump through the hole. They end up in this underground bunker where they find this big ballroom with a bunch of rich people in it who are having a party. This to me is the biggest plot hole in the whole movie, how you find an underground bunker with several insanely rich people in a room together, somehow not having an orgy. That's not how it works. I'm sorry, John Carpenter. When you're in an underground bunker with rich people all together in a room, they're gonna be having an orgy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The dumbest motherfucker in the entire universe comes up to them. He's one of the guys who was watching the nail commercial. And he says, hey guys, thanks for showing up in your flannel and dirty ass long sleeve. I just want to take you around the bunker and show all of the things that I was instructed specifically not to show anybody. Then he takes them to this teleporter thing that is underground, but somehow in outer space. Not only that, there's wind blowing in. And he says, let me show you the grand finale. It's this TV station. He just showed them outer space, underground, with wind blowing into the room, and he says that, oh, the TV station is cooler than what I just fucking showed you, which is a teleporter to different planets in outer space. So anyway, they go to this TV station. There's this TV broadcast that's been happening. It's the news channel that's been getting shown to all the civilians of Earth. These aliens own the entire world. There's no countries anymore. The dumb guy asks the two guards who are standing in front of the TV station door, can my friends take a look inside? And they're like, no. So then Roderick and Frank shoot them in the face. The dumb guy talks into his watch and he goes, later, boys! Roderick runs up into the offices and he keeps shooting aliens in the face while a bunch of armed guards are following him, Frank, and Holly, the lady from before. That's her name. Roderick gets into the stairwell and starts running up those stairs to the top of the building. Holly takes the gun that they just found on this dead body and she just pops Frank in the head. So then when Roderick is on top, he's staring the satellite dead in the eye and he's got his gun pointed at it and he's saying, all right, Pinhead, your time is up. And the satellite is all, who you calling Pinhead? But before he shoots the satellite, Holly comes up and she's pointing a gun at him. Some helicopters rise up on the side of the building. That gives Roderick enough time to shoot Holly in the spinal cord, I'm guessing. She dies very comfortable looking. After Roderick shoots Holly in the spine, he turns around and pops the satellite, which makes a gratuitous explosion, including a little mini 80s version of a sky beam, to which the helicopter pilot turns the helicopter around to reveal that there is in fact a sniper who in fact shoots Roderick in the spine. He has enough time to flip the bird at the helicopter, which is probably something that I feel like everybody should do after they get murdered, if they have enough time. If someone attempts to murder you, you should probably just turn and flip the bird at them before you take your final breath. And then after that, the signal is down. All the humans can now see, not only are the aliens on the TV not humans, they can see the aliens in real life are not humans either. Did you like this movie? Did you not like this movie? Did I at least do a bad enough job of explaining it? And what should I explain badly next? Thanks for watching my video. Love you lots.